You know when we said pre-embryonic in the clinical terminology, that's when the baby is born. Embryonic is when the baby is a teenager. Fetal when the baby is now an adult. And baby, when the baby is born in the clinical terminology, is when that couple are getting married on their big day, the wedding day. So what happens on the wedding day? The baby is born. You see, the first time I was a baby, pre-embryonic, I was a baby born. Parents taught me to be nice, to be kind, to be helping, to be this, to be that, all the beautiful things I was taught. When I grew and I became a teenager, I started fathoming what my parents have taught me all these years. And when I became more mature and adult, I started looking for a partner in marriage. When I looked for a partner in marriage, whatever I was taught, I looked in that girl or for that man. Piece of advice. My son, when you find a girl and your heart starts dancing from within for the first time, you go up to her and you approach her and you want to get to know her. Here's what you need to do if you haven't found one yet. Those who are married, I said it's too late. You go to her and then you get to know her for 3 months, not more. And during these 3 months, normally you need to go back to your spiritual father and update your spiritual father with what is been happening throughout these 3 months. Don't take it into your own hands. You're playing with fire. So you go out, you talk, exchange words, you go back to your spiritual father. Say, we had this kind of a conversation. This is what I said, this is what she said. Or this is what I said, then this is what he said. What do you say, Father? Okay, continue, it's okay. 3 months, you should be able to make a very clear decision whether you continue with the relationship or walk away. Because by the 3 months are up, you will have a good idea if this person speaks your language or not. You will know them. You will know them. The way you talk and the way they respond, you know. If you're a church person and all they talk about worldly, what are you doing? You're in a very wrong relationship. You are there just for the looks. What looks? We need to be wise. Wise. So after 3 months, you decide, shall I continue, give it more chance or not? If you say yes, you should be married maximum within 18 months, year and a half. You should be married. This relationship must be stamped, sealed, finalized, settled. When you buy a house, they say there is a settlement date. Well, you're going to put a deposit and wait 10 years? You need to settle within a certain time. If you don't settle, there are penalties. And you may lose the house and the deposit which you put 10%. It's a big, hefty penalty. So after a year and a half, if you are still in the relationship, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, I will ask you this and you better be honest. Aren't you encountering a lot of problems? 100% yes. You know why? Because after 2 years and above, every man and his dog will enter and interfere with your relationship. Because he didn't seal it. Problems will start. When you're going to get married, the in-laws are getting on your back. Come on, our daughter is not cheap. You better settle this matter. You better marry her. Otherwise, we don't want to see your face. Problems. Friends come in, cousins come in. Everyone will come in. And then, the more you leave it, the more you're not able to settle the matter. You should be married a year and a half. From the day you've met that person for the first time, till the wedding day, it should be not more than 18 months, maximum 2 years. Don't put, after 2 years, kiss it goodbye. There's a lot of problems now. You know why it's a problem? I'll tell you why. Because you got used to each other outside the marital house. I don't want you now. I'm used to you. Okay, you're not happy? Okay, see ya. And when you say see you after all these years, what happened to the heart? It's shattered. Shattered. Because there's a lot of emotions here. The deposit is lost. The matter was never settled. So you need to settle. You can't just say, oh, I don't know, look, I'll give it another chance. I'll give it another. And it's been 5 years. What another chance? Like this man, young man, he went to the priest. He said, Father, yes, son, I've known this girl for the past 4 years, and I don't know, Father. Tell me, shall I marry her or not? The father kicked him so hard in the back side, and he said, get out of my office. I'm not the one who's marrying her, it's you. Why are you asking me after 4 years? Get out of my room. What do you mean, Father, shall I marry her? You've been going out with her for 4 years, and you can't decide. Now you're telling me to decide for you? You don't want to marry her? Don't. You want to marry her, go. But don't ask me after 4 years. You should have come from day one. You should have come from day one. So, you need to settle. And I need to settle. I'm running out of time. Even though I don't want to leave you. And are you praying for me? Please continue. I need your prayers.